Hey everyone, Tanner here. So today I want to talk to you about something that I dealt with a majority of my life, which is asthma. And I want to talk to you about today because I always believed, once I was diagnosed with asthma at the age of 12, that this is something I'd be dealing with for the rest of my life. I'd always be unable to breathe to the full capacity as others can. And it's something that wasn't true because I know this because today I actually don't use my inhaler anymore. It's been about 2 months, and I am breathing fully and greatly even after exercise. So my asthma originally was a physical induced asthma. Now, after a while, it started to get worse to the point where I had to use it more than just physically induced. Also, at the time I was smoking marijuana, so of course that wasn't helping. And I contribute my ability to get over asthma to a couple of things. One, I was able to start eating healthier. Now, when you start eating healthier, you give the body the nutrients it needs. And also, it reduces the toxic amount of toxins that you're putting inside your body. And this is really important because if your body is busy dealing with toxins, or if you are eating foods that are causing your body to get inflamed, then asthma is pretty much inflammation. So as your airways are getting inflamed and tightening up, so you're not able to breathe correctly. That's why the inhalers and things like that are actually meant to reduce the amount of inflammation. So I haven't used inhaler for over 2 months. I haven't needed it, and whenever I do, I just remind myself of one simple thing. It's something that I said at the end of my journey that actually seemed to be the most impactful out of everything. So after I started eating healthier, reducing the amount of toxins that were in my body, I started to use natural methods. I tried, using teas. I tried using essential oils, and those things helped, but they didn't actually allow me to be asthma free. For a while there, before I learned what I'm about to tell you at the end here, before I learned this, I was actually off my medication for 7 days. And then all of a sudden I had really bad asthma attack and I needed my medication again. And I was back on my medication for probably a month or so, maybe a little bit longer. And so the medication I was taking was the inhaler, the little red inhaler with the puffer, and then also albuterol through the nebulizer machine. I had to do those at night sometimes because I wasn't able to sleep, or I'd wake up in the middle of the night just wheezing and like out of control, and really needed to use the nebulizer to allow myself to breathe. And I always thought that this is something that I was gonna have my whole life, like I said earlier, and that there was really no way to get out of it. What changed my thinking about this was when I went through a training with Marissa Peer. I bought her online course, and she talked about how illnesses have or there's a reason for your illnesses. So what does this really mean? I didn't really think that there was a reason for my asthma. I mean, how could there be? It's not like I would want to give myself asthma or anything like that. Now, it's not something you consciously want. It's something your subconscious actually is attracted to, and there's for certain reasons for that. One of the most powerful stories I heard from Marissa Peer was about a boy that she worked with. So this little boy had chronic eczema, so he had really bad acne all over the place. And she started asking him, if your eczema had a superpower or a reason, what would it be? And he told her that it would give him attention and lotion. So they found out that his mother was giving his baby brother a bunch of lotion, always constantly putting lotion on his skin. And he'd always be like, Mommy, I want the lotion. I want the lotion on my skin, please. And she said, No, silly boy, that's not for you. That's for the baby. And soon enough, he developed eczema, and then from then on, his mother was putting lotion on his skin. Now, obviously he didn't consciously think, oh, I want eczema so I can get lotion on my skin. He just thought, I really want that lotion. That's something I want. And his subconscious mind, his most powerful part of his mind, actually did the work to make it so he got that lotion on his skin. Now, it's not maybe not in the way that people would think it would go down, but our subconscious mind doesn't know, what is good and what's bad, so it just gets you the result that you're asking for in whichever way it can. So, what do I think my asthma's reason for was for? Now, I've always been a taller person. I would consider myself somewhat good looking, and you know, I never had as many problems as some people. And so one of the things that I considered my asthma for was to make me fit in more, so I didn't stand out from the tribe, from society in general. And also knowing how sick society is and how much people with sicknesses or diseases or anything like that are actually glorified in movies, TV shows, articles, things like that. It really made me, not my conscious mind, but my subconscious mind thought that that was a good way to fit in with society and be safe. Because if I was able to be sick, then I could actually be looked after and get more attention. Now, another reason was that I was very into playing video games at that point, like most other boys my age. And I believe that I really wanted to play video games more than I wanted to do any exercise or workouts. So that was another reason I believe there was for my asthma, so I could have an excuse to be able to not work out because I am having an asthma attack or whatever, so I can go play my video games. And I know this sounds crazy. I didn't believe it at first. What I started telling myself was, I understand you, asthma, and I don't need you anymore. And after maybe a week, maybe less of saying that, my symptoms went away. Whenever I maybe had like a wheezingness or anything like that, I tell myself that maybe a couple times and think about my reason for it, and it goes away. I then tell myself what I want and tell my subconscious mind, this will make me safer inside the herd. This is exactly what I want in my life. I want to be able to breathe fully. I want to not be inhibited by asthma. I want to have, full lung capacity. And it's actually, to my surprise, it's actually changed. Like my whole asthma, like I don't have asthma anymore and I don't have those problems anymore. Now, I know you're saying that's probably just you were able to do that, but I couldn't do that. Well, or your asthma is different than mine. Yours was just physically induced. So it's funny that my wife also had the same problem, and she's been able to overcome asthma as well. We're both 2 months free from asthma medication. So her asthma, she was born with asthma. Her mother has asthma. Her grandparents on her mother's side have asthma, and so it goes back in the family as well. So this is something that she thought she would always have her whole life, just like I did, and mine was different, of course. So she's taking the same steps with me with the healthy eating and removing toxins from her life, and the essential oils and the teas, and those things helped. But once again, we still had asthma. We were able to reduce the amount of medication we were taking, which is important because those medications actually allow you to not even try to get over the asthma attacks on your own, and then makes you believe that you have to have those to get better, and that's something your subconscious will make a limiting belief about as well. Now, once again, she did the Mind Valley course with me with Marissa Peer, and she understood as well that there was a reason for her asthma. So it's something very important that you should be asking yourself is there a reason for my illness? Asthma is something that's very common in today's age, and many people believe that they'll always have asthma their whole life. There is ways to get rid of it, and I recommend you think about what your reason for your asthma or your any disease you may have could be. And also think about what are you doing in your daily life to get rid of that asthma or support your body so that it can fight off that disease. So I am very happy I'm able to share this with people. I'm very happy that I was able to overcome this myself and that my wife was able to overcome this. My goal is to empower as many people to not have to live with asthma their whole lives and not have to have an inhaler in their pockets at all times and feel like they are inhibited and not able to actually do the exercise or do the activities that they want to do. If you feel the same or if you have any questions about my journey, I would love to talk to you about it. If you'd like some one-on-one coaching where I can help you understand the subconscious mind so you can better overcome its challenges and make it work for you instead, feel free to reach out to me by my email down below or message me on Facebook or even anywhere you'd like to. So please just think about what your reason for your illness would be, because it's not permanent. You have a way to get out of this. You just have to take steps to get out of it and believe that you can get out of it, because a lot of it is in the mind. Our minds are much more powerful than we think, and the most powerful part of our mind is something that we don't even control ourselves. It is influenced by outside actions, it is influenced by experiences, and influenced by TV and media and things like that. So you have the power, you're able to reprogram it, you're not stuck. Love you guys. Have a great day, and thanks for listening to me.